Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is HowFast. This week, guys, we're going to start cutting out the floor. There was that chunk of floor under the driver's side that was just rotten. You know, for some reason last year I thought we could get away with it. I don't know why, but looking at it now and knowing that we have that extra material, I can't see why I'm going to leave that. So it's just going to take tonight to do. I'm going to pull the driver's seat out. I'm going to get out the cutout wheels. We're going to cut that thing out. Then we're going to make a little template out of cardboard. We'll cut it out of that material. And then we're going to attach some aluminum angle to the inside of the frame rails there that that plate of aluminum can sit on. And then we will rivet it to that aluminum. So I'm going to get started pulling this thing apart. You guys just sit there. I'll take care of it. You can see down here, this is where the seat is. It's completely solid all through here. Even up to here, it's fine. But right about here, it starts getting kind of holy and weak. So like I want to chop it back like 4 inches back right before the seat here. And cut it right across here all the way down. Cut the under this piece of steel, this thick piece of steel that all the, you know, the brakes and throttle are going to be mounted to. I'm going to cut all this off at the bottom here and cut all this around. Then we're going to put some aluminum angle inside here, and we're going to do a little bend in the aluminum here, and then we'll rivet it right to this piece. Fill all this in, it'll be done. When I tell you that piece of metal was bound and determined not to come out of there, you'd have to believe me. That fought me. But, you know, the back end, I can promise you that back end was never going to come out, but the front end was so rotten. So now that that's out, I'm just going to clean up around the frame rails here. We'll get started putting those pieces of L angle in. Alrighty, all cleaned up. You know, there was a couple welds down here that were holding that in. That's what was making it so difficult, but got those all pretty flat. Scuffed that up. So now we're going to take some measurements and put some of that angle in. Okay, now that those two are in and set in just above this metal here, both sides, I'm going to now take some measurements and map out for our new piece in here. Alright, so you can see here I intentionally left it a little long because I really don't know how tight we're going to be able to get our bend radius. So I'm going to try and get it tight, but like if it's on the end of a piece of aluminum like this, it's going to be kind of hard to bend. I'm going to give it a go. We'll see how it turns out. Might be better just to cut it flat and then stick a piece of L angle on it. You know what I mean? Like maybe a piece of angle from the top and a piece of angle from the bottom and they meet in the middle or something like that. So that's the template. You can see it's a little bit tight along here. So I'm going to take about a ½ inch off of this so that it fits in there real nice. So that's going to do it for tonight. I'm beat and I'm sweaty and I want to go inside and take a shower. So I'm going to catch you guys tomorrow in the morning. Alright guys, so it's the next day and it's really early, like probably too early to be cutting this metal, but my neighbors are going to hate me. It's okay. I have the saw out and I actually picked up one of these Diablo blades for cutting aluminum. Hoping this thing's going to make quick work of that sheet, because all I have is this really old handheld saw, which it's going to work fine I'm just hoping this is going to make the job a lot easier. But first things first, I'm going to clean up in here because obviously all the working from last night, it's kind of a mess, and I'm going to push Dudgy over and make myself a spot to work over here. But obviously this is a big mess, so let's get this thing cleaned up right now. There we go. Now that everything's picked up, I'm going to push Dudgy over here, which is as easy as this nowadays. Just like that. And we got ourselves some good working space over here. I'm going to get some of these sheets out, get them ready to get cut. Yes, sir. As I had hoped, that blade cut that like butter. It was very fast, so hopefully my neighbors didn't mind that little early morning song I just sang for them there, but that did the job real nice. So now I'm going to mark a little spot on here. I'm going to start pounding this over the engine hoist and put a bend in it, and hopefully this thing should fit right back into that spot. So let's check it out. Alright, you see how that fits in there? Pretty tight fit. This is absolutely bang on with the top here. Like I said, I think I'm going to put a piece of aluminum L-angle right here across the top, and we'll throw a couple of nut and bolt in there, nut and bolt in that bar that's underneath here, and then we'll throw a couple self-tappers to kind of sandwich the steel and the aluminum together. And then I might drill a couple of drain holes in here because Dudgy doesn't have any windows, and inevitably he's going to have to get put outside once or twice in his life, I'm sure, if not more. And if it rains, it needs to be able to drain out of there. So I might throw a couple holes in the bottom of that. But let's get started with that L angle. Well, what do you think about that? Not bad for a couple hours work, I'd say. Probably about 3 hours. About 3 hours work, hour and a half yesterday, hour and a half today, and we got a new floor pan in there. I like it. It's super solid. Definitely going to hold me up. Definitely not going to rot out anytime soon. So I'm going to obviously put some paint on that, and that'll be done. We're not going to do that just yet. We're going to wait. We're going to paint all the interior panels here black once we finish up that piece, which we'll probably be doing in the next week or two. I'm sure you guys just saw me cleaning up the floor in here. Obviously it was a mess, but we're going to push Dudgy right over and make some room for another car in here. Probably not the car you think it is. So I want to thank you guys for playing in the trivia and taking part in the trivia last week. Last week's question was, when did the Mercury Cougar make its debut in America? The options were 1968, 1967, 1969, or 1970. The correct answer was 1967, and our friend Craig got it. I pinned his response on last week's video. That means Craig is now has 1 point towards the HowFast swag. If you guys are interested in getting some of that HowFast gear, make sure that you put a comment and answer this week's question. And so, as I promised, this week's question is going to be a little bit more diverse, not just specifically to America. So for week 2 for the HowFast swag, the question is, which car manufacturer uses the slogan, always a better way? Is it A, Nissan, B, Toyota, C, Kia, or D, Seat? So you guys now have an opportunity. Get down there, write your comment. What's the correct answer? Best of 5 over the next couple weeks is going to win it. Our friend Craig has number 1. Who's going to take number 2? And I want to thank all you guys, as always, for all your likes, all your comments, all your subscriptions, and obviously all your support. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to check out some of the other videos on the channel. And if you get a chance, stop by howfast.ca, maybe pick yourself up some HowFast gear. I'll catch up with you guys next time, find out how fast we can make this car go.